America's privately owned freight railroads keep the nation on track, investing $23 billion a year, 6 times more than the average manufacturer, to deliver safe, reliable service. That's how railroads move 59 tons of goods for every American each year and help their customers grow. Railroads do all this while offering some of the safest, best-paying jobs in the country, supporting families and driving the economy forward. Learn more at aar.org/America's Engine.
Beth and Rip are back in a new series, Dutton Ranch, streaming on Paramount+. Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser return, and this time they're taking on Texas. As Beth and Rip begin to build a life together, peace will have to wait as they face corruption, danger, and a ruthless rival ranch willing to protect its secrets at all costs. Legacy is a beautiful thing, but only if it survives. Dutton Ranch, starring Cole Hauser, Kelly Riley, Annette Bening, and Ed Harris, now streaming on Paramount+.
Welcome to the Score Bet, where betting on game day is made easier with all the promos and player props you need in a seamless and easy-to-use experience. Whether it's home runs, three-pointers, or shots on goal, there's no better place to own the moment. Right now, new players can get their first bet insured up to $1,000 in bonus bets. More action, more rewards, more for you. The Score Bet. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WTL. It's time! WTL.
I think we got a show. Oh, yeah, we got a show.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
the J.O.
The J.O. And how are we feeling? How are we doing?
This is how good I'm doing, Andy.
Okay.
Rolling into the studio today, I was jamming to the 2023 remaster of Faithfully by Journey. That's how good.
Oh, my God.
That's how good I'm doing.
They remastered it in 2023?
Oh, yeah, and in 22. But 23 is kind of my wheelhouse.
That's the remaster you're after. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I'm doing.
Yeah.
How about you?
That's pretty high. And no, I'm doing great. Doing great. We're in the throes of our 10U season right now. We have ups and downs. We're rated 500. I will get up on my pedestal here. See, regular season sweep of Waverly. Beat both Waverly 1 and 2.
And that's a rare deal, I'm assuming.
Well, from where we're at, yes.
Yeah.
Where we've been, yes, very much so.
I saw on Call Sheet you guys are not the favorites to win the title.
We're not, no.
But you've got some momentum, so
we do.
Hopefully, keep.
And we have a couple pitchers, and on any given Friday or Saturday afternoon, we're right there. That's what it boils down to, right?
At 10 years old, I mean, are their arms, they're pretty rubber arm, they just go, or do you get some kind of fatigue?
There are a couple flamethrowers out there.
Really?
And one of the kids that we played against, I was even like, man, you sure you're not 12? That's a big kid throwing a hard fastball. But no, they're allowed 4 innings, and I try to max those 4 innings out.
This isn't Cuba. Like, we know their ages.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, let's just let them play, and then we'll call it back after the World Series.
That's fantastic.
It's been a couple of years since that. I forgot about that one.
It really has.
Well, we're going to keep talking baseball, just maybe a couple levels up here. And this is postseason time, postseason play. We're getting into the Big Ten baseball tournament, and it's totally been reconfigured, flipped on its head. The Big Ten, I think they had to make changes just because it's up to 28, 29 teams now, the Big Ten.
A lot of teams, yes.
You also have, programs that really do care about baseball. USC, UCLA, Oregon. And when you know it, Nebraska, UCLA, Oregon, make up the top seeds.
They're in the mix there.
Yeah.
You said USC, right?
Yeah.
Those 4 teams are on another level versus the rest of the Big Ten right now.
Well, and I think it all adds up and it all checks out. I think the fan bases, Michigan will have a good year here and there, Indiana, Ohio State, here and there, but it's not a consistent, got to see it, that desire for baseball like you see on the West Coast. And I'll say here in Nebraska too.
Isn't it interesting? Nebraska is very good, is good to very good in most sports right now.
Yeah.
But football's always the barometer, right? Like that's kind of where we measure it. But when you really look at like top down an athletic department, I'd put Nebraska against anybody in the country.
Well, right now, yeah, the run they had in the NCAA tournament, men's and women's, the women's softball team hosting a super and looking pretty super right now as well.
2 wins away from their 8th World Series appearance. It's almost there.
Yeah. And tip of the cap before we get into it too far here, our shortstop, senior Carey, who we called out a couple of times when his bat went a little stale, but boy, it's heated up now. And he received Defensive Player of the Year awards for the conference.
Well,
so
congrats.
We'll take that. We will take that for sure. So this new format, though, we gotta talk about that first, and then we'll get into some of the bets that we think are worth looking at, and ones where you think are not worth looking at. Fade those ones.
Yep.
But this is a brand new hybrid format where seeds 5 through 12 are just slugging it out in a double elimination tournament. Your top 4 seeds get to sit back, watch 3 days of baseball go back and forth. We talked about it a week ago with our golf guys, the PGA guys, Zach and Talon, the rust factor. And I think I don't know, I felt like it was a split decision there where you brought up some NBA guys talking about rust is going to play a factor.
It's going to be a factor, yeah.
And I think I'm more like the rest for our pitchers. But it's a timing sport, especially when we're talking offense.
Well, and we've seen this the last 2 seasons, too, in the NFL, where the team that got the bye, struggled a bit coming out into that second round. They're having that rest. Sometimes you do get a little rusty, and that's a lot. These are a lot of days. They're playing a lot of games here.
They're playing a lot of games.
Like before Friday night when Nebraska plays, there's a lot of games being played.
And that's why that was so important for Nebraska to go up to Minnesota and not only beat Minnesota, sweep Minnesota, back-to-back sweeps. And that solidified Nebraska getting the 2 seed. I was really worried about that 4 seed. That's where I think a rust factor could get you in trouble because you're playing the 5 seed, presumably the 5 seed, your first game out, and probably a hot 5 seed that had to get through that initial grinder of the tournament. So that's where I was worried, but they were able to secure that 2 seed right where I want them. Of course, UCLA in the top spot.
Well, baseball is it's a game of repetition. It's a game of what's the word I'm looking for? It's just they get into their daily routines.
Yes, it is.
Such a game of routine.
Yep.
And to sit back all week, watch these guys go. It's a lot like in basketball too. Mm-hmm. In tournament play, teams get hot.
Yeah.
And they don't have those buys. They get hot and they just feel the rhythm. They're in their routine and they just go and play ball. I look to see that a little bit in this tournament because there is so many games being played.
Oh, there's going to be some upsets.
But no, it's a business trip, right, for these guys. So they're going to be focused. It's not like they're out at the casinos in Omaha at night. I mean, everyone's going to be pretty focused this week.
No Sornsby it up, boys.
Sornsby, man. Side note, have you seen the things he was betting on?
Everything. I mean, he was
everything.
Like Turkish women's basketball, badminton, every single pitch for like 2 or 3 games that was on his phone, like every pitch.
Like at first it was, I bet on Indiana because I wanted to have some juice with the boys. Like I wanted to feel even more like I'm rooting for you.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of like that. I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. And then he was betting on everything. I'm like, this guy was in deep.
No, he was in deep. He had some issues. I don't know. It was kind of like everyone was saying, this could just be a manageable problem or something that we could work through or a young man could work through.
Right.
And then you throw $3 million at him. Yeah, see where that goes. So, I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's going to be reinstated anytime.
No, he's doing all the right things to try to get back. There's no way.
No. Yeah, I saw he was suing. I think he's suing his old college. I think he's suing his older college too. Like, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. It's over though. You can't set that precedent to bring him back.
Right? I don't think so. Well, let's start with a wager here that I think people need to stay away from. Fade this one, and that is backing mid-tier seeds. These are 5 through 8 to win tournament futures, and this heavily relies on what we were talking about earlier. the pitching trap,
Yeah.
the depth, because your 5 through 8 seeds have to play up to 3 intense games just to escape that initial bracket and get survive the double elimination phase and get to play the top 4 seeds.
Right.
Okay, so now you're playing the top 4 seeds on maybe a depleted pitching staff?
Against their ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks. Stay away from those mid-tier, oh, it's a sexy upset. Oh, here comes Michigan. We've seen them in the postseason before. No. I feel like there is a little bit of a gap, like you alluded to, with USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Nebraska, and they're sitting in those top 4 spots for a reason.
Yeah, I could see Michigan or maybe even a Purdue they both have a lot to prove to try to make the NCAA tournament. Trying to make a run this week, but that doesn't necessarily mean they get past Friday. Like to your point, you're going up against 4 teams that are above and beyond better than everybody else in this conference, and they're rested. They've got the aces going. You nailed it there.
How about this one? Another one I want to really allow people to fade. I encourage to fade this one, and that is blindly betting the overs. I mean, in postseason play, we've said it before. Oh, now a game that maybe, earlier in the season would have been a 2-5, a 3-1 type of a game. Now it's a 7-8, 7-9 type of a game. Not at Charles Schwab Field.
That's what I was just going to say. Not in Omaha.
Not in Omaha. We've been there. We've seen it. It's a massively pitcher-friendly type of a park. And I was out covering state track, and the wind is blowing from the wrong direction for the Sluggers right now if it stays prevailing that way. So your 400-foot bombs, those get caught up in that wind, easy flyouts. Don't just bet the overs because it's postseason play and there's some big bats coming up, a couple matchups like that.
It's been a minute since Rosenblatt,
Yeah.
So hopefully folks aren't confusing the situations here.
Wow.
Because
I don't think so.
Offensively, it is so dramatically different.
Yeah.
If you need a reminder, it's not going to be a binge of runs in Omaha.
Just think about how the evolution and all that. You had a small park, Rosenblatt, skinny, out of bounces, right? It was just cramped there.
Yep.
You had 13th Street, like right behind home plate. You also had, what were those, -10, -11 aluminum alloy bats that were like 4 inches wide, Gorilla Ball, LSU back in the day. You take that out of the scenario. Then you put them in a pitcher-friendly park. I mean, you're getting double whammied as far as the type of offensive explosions you used to see in Omaha compared to today.
What's your favorite style? I mean, do you miss the offensive explosion due to the ballpark, or do you like to see the strategy we see now?
Home runs are fun. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a purist and but I do appreciate good baseball, and I like it. I do like to see teams have to work for it and manufacture a run. That, to me, that puts it on a whole nother level to where, and I'm probably a little biased, son of a coach and all these things, but I went to a baseball camp in the throes of Gorilla Ball. Mm-hmm. And one of the coaches, he was talking about one of the LSU games.
Yeah.
He's like, my pitcher from Oklahoma State or whatever it was, he had him 0-2, threw an inside slider, jammed him up, and he just check swung it. And still was able to get it to go over the fence in right field. What is a pitcher supposed to do?
Exactly.
What is a scout for the MLB supposed to do? That pitcher threw the perfect pitch in that scenario there to get him swinging, got him swinging, and it was still a dinger.
There's nothing you can do there. Yeah,
there's nothing you can do.
But
so
chicks do love the long ball.
Chicks love the long ball. Yeah, just ask Mark McGuire about that. Showing our age a little bit on this segment.
Yeah, we are.
Hear the horn, that means we're up against it, but let's take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is Beto's Trade Club, where emotional gambling turns into intelligent, data-driven trading. Use code WTL for 30% off. Start your journey with Beto and experience the power of daily AI-driven sports trading. Visit betotrade.club to get started. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
America's privately owned freight railroads keep the nation on track, investing $23 billion a year, 6 times more than the average manufacturer, to deliver safe, reliable service. That's how railroads move 59 tons of goods for every American each year and help their customers grow. Railroads do all this while offering some of the safest, best-paying jobs in the country, supporting families and driving the economy forward. Learn more at aar.org/America's Engine.
Beth and Rip are back in a new series, Dutton Ranch, streaming on Paramount Plus. Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser return, and this time they're taking on Texas. As Beth and Rip begin to build a life together, peace will have to wait as they face corruption, danger, and a ruthless rival ranch willing to protect its secrets at all costs. Legacy is a beautiful thing, but only if it survives. Dutton Ranch, starring Cole Hauser, Kelly Riley, Annette Bening, and Ed Harris, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome to the Scorebed, where betting on game day is made easier with all the promos and player props you need in a seamless and easy-to-use experience. Whether it's home runs, three-pointers, or shots on goal, there's no better place to own the moment. Right now, new players can get their first bet insured up to $1,000 in bonus bets. More action, more rewards, more for you. The Scorebet. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a break, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a break, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. The chocolate crispy taste gonna make your day. And wherever you go, you hear the people say, give me a break, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
WTL.
I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
The J.O.
Jeremy Odom of Nebraska. And I just saw on my X handle, my Twitter feed, you got a new show out. You have so many shows coming out.
We got this brand new episode of Laugh With Me out right now. Check it out. You can find it anywhere that you download your favorite podcasts.
Yeah.
It's fun. I talk about rearranging grocery stores, some of the thoughts
That's what I
behind
saw. Yeah.
supermarket managers when they're doing that. So that's a fun little insight.
That's you drawing from your experience, your life experiences. You're just shooting your audience, your crowd straight.
20 plus years in the grocery business, and I'll shoot you straight on it. I tell you exactly why everything gets moved all the time.
Now, are you telling people what they want to hear, or does it kind of go the other way?
Oh, no, I get right down into it.
Oh,
we get down and dirty. We get down and dirty into it. Yeah, we talk peanut butter. Like, we get into it.
Oh, you mentioned peanut butter. I want to ask you about this.
Yes.
Is it true when the economy takes a downturn, the peanut butter aisle gets wider, there's more selections, there's more peanut butter?
That is actually true because it is a lower cost protein. So people tend to load up on peanut butter and make more sandwiches, look for more snack ideas with it.
Oh, wow.
Just straight spoon to peanut butter to get their protein. That's actually a fact.
That is a fact.
That is a fact.
See, these are the hard-hitting facts.
Yeah.
And they're funny because they're true?
Yeah. It's so random. Like, isn't that like just one of the more random things? So, when you couldn't buy toilet paper back during the peak of the pandemic, peanut butter was flying.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of a messy pairing.
Yeah, that is. I don't know if that works out for everybody very well. So, now that I'm getting a glimpse into this new episode, I'm intrigued. I'm going to have to
check it out. Laugh
get into this even more. Well, we were talking Big Ten tournament baseball and some bets to stay away from. We got to get back into some bets that maybe we want to look at taking here.
There's some money to get. There's some values, right?
Right. We haven't been, we touched on these guys, but we do give credit where credit's due. Mm-hmm. Tip of the cap to the Bruins.
Oh, they're good.
And here's, they're not just the top seeded team. They're not just the number one ranked team in the nation. They had a record breaking year, 28 conference wins, most in UCLA history. Some of that makes sense because, it's the Big Ten and it's expanded Big Ten. but they still had to play doubleheaders against Nebraska, USC, Oregon, Washington. So there were some pretty darn good baseball teams that they had to go through there to get those 28 conference wins.
Yeah, and this is kind of put in perspective of how good they are, because that was a good point. You're talking about the expanded Big Ten, and there's some conference wins to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But when being compared to the rest of the country, UCLA is looking to become the first team to ever go bell to bell and be number one.
From start to finish.
Start to finish.
I mean, that's very rarely is that even done in football, and you only have 13 games, 14 games to worry about there. And UCLA never really stumbled. And I like to watch those post-game shows and this and that, and the commentators. And some of that is they have to create content.
Sure.
They got to figure out something to talk about, maybe something new.
Yeah.
And I just remember them kind of bashing on UCLA, and I'm like, they still won. They still won 13-9.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You don't want to give up 9 runs, but their bats still bailed them out. So it's not all bad, and it hasn't been bad at all for the Bruins. Currently ranked number 1 in the nation, as you mentioned, a number 1 seed in the Big Ten Conference Tournament. So, wow, a lot of bettors out there and do it for a living. They like to maybe fade some of the favorites there in a tournament setting because they're thinking, okay, this is a conference tournament. It doesn't matter as much. They're looking for the CWS run before they're at. I'm saying put that to bed. Do not bet against UCLA here. And there's a couple reasons for it, and we mentioned it earlier in the first one. They're the number 1 overall seed, meaning they're going to get to rest for 3 days. And whoever they play, probably the 8th seed or lower, they're not going to want to give them any type of hope, any type of thought that they could win. They're going to throw out their ace, and they're going to come at them early. I think they're going to shut them down. If anything, I would bet the run line UCLA early in this tournament. Early for them.
Early for them, yeah. Yeah, this is a team that's just going to try to put any doubt to bed and move on to the championship, because really they're looking at Omaha as CWS, not Omaha as big. I mean, it's a business trip, like I was saying in the last segment, but this team's really, really good, and they've got bigger things on their mind. I mean, not just their ranking of number 1 throughout the season. I mean, when you're looking at like the betting odds, it hasn't even been close. And there's 2 teams, nationally, Georgia Tech and Texas, that have kind of inched closer, but that's just because we're in tournament play and anything can happen now. But UCLA has been just dominant.
Yeah, no, I just caught this little paragraph here, and it says, too sharp to bet against early.
Correct. Speaking
Speaking of the Bruins, while single elimination brings chaos, trying to catch lightning in a bottle and things of that matter there, plus money, big underdog, all that. The Bruins are on a historic run here, and their roster just is so talented, far superior to pretty much anybody else. You're just burning cash betting against the Bruins right now. Save your fades for more vulnerable targets.
Because you think about it, they're either going to get hit by one of those hot low seeds that's just what a freak that it just happened, right?
Yeah.
Or you're looking at one of the top guys taking them down. So now we're looking at an upset early before the championship against Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the championship against like a number 2 Nebraska. And then even still, that seems like a long shot, but but it's possible.
Well, hey, you mentioned the Huskers. We haven't really talked a lot on Nebraska. We better get to talking Nebraska right now. Let's pivot to where there are some actual edges to bet on, to bet for, and make some money. And we're going to lean into the Nebraska Huskers to win the tournament. A little future here. We just talked about UCLA.
Okay.
But we got to get some plus money somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And I like the 2 seed for that. I'm not stepping out too far here. I'm just going to the 2 seed here.
Yeah.
for the upset.
I'm going in deep.
But let's state the obvious. You got to state the obvious here. Home field advantage.
Yes.
I know it's Charles Schwab, but it's only 50 minutes down the road. They've won there a couple of times this year, by the way. It's going to be a massive home crowd environment, home crowd advantage, you could say. And, we've seen Nebraska feed off of that home field. I attribute that Iowa sweep, maybe 2 of those games. I feel like the crowd played such a huge role in that.
Really playing a little, what do we call that in baseball? Probably 10th man situation.
Yeah.
We'll call it the 10th man, but the Husker fans have really turned out, like always, best fans in the biz, and they certainly have made a difference. I find it interesting, too, for Friday's game before the opponent. I mean, we don't even know the opponent.
Right.
And when it was locked in, they're playing Friday. Tickets were selling out like crazy.
Yep.
There was only single seats in the sections available. They were debating whether to open up more sections for Husker games.
Yep.
What a deal. It's going to be a red out.
Well, and why this wager is such a good deal for your pocketbook is you're just taking the path of least resistance. Nebraska's locked in that 2 seed after an impressive 23-7 conference run. That's nothing to sneeze at. Yeah. Nothing to sneeze at. Because they get to skip that early week meat grinder, that the 5 through 8 seeds have to play and try and emerge from. They're, of course, are probably going to face off against UCLA, but stranger things have happened in a Sunday final in Omaha.
Does the single elimination factor there? There's no double elimination for the Huskers.
Exactly.
Like they are playing single elimination ball.
That's why I don't like the early fades.
Okay.
Nebraska, Oregon, all UCLA, USC, they're going to throw their ace on Friday, and they aren't even going to leave it up to question. They're going to empty the clip, as they say, in those early games so they can propel themselves to hopefully the finals, semifinal matchup.
So we'll see a lot of, it won't necessarily be a bullpen day, but our guy that has come back out of the bullpen, and he's been pitching on game 2 of the weekends. His name escapes me right now for the Huskers.
We always
talk about him, but he was pitching Fridays, then he went to the bullpen, and he's a freaking stud. So shout out to him. I don't remember his name.
And Unger got postseason, second team All Big Ten, our closer. If he has to pitch 2 or 3 innings come Friday, he's going to. Yes. And Will Bolt has shown us that. When he wants a game, he's going to roll them all out there, pull out all the stops. You also have our middle reliever that we talk about a lot from Beatrice, Timmerman. Tucker. Tuck. He's been coming on lately as well. So those early, and this goes into my next lean into.
Okay.
And we talked about the rust versus rest. I'm squarely saying that I like the rest here. The top 4 seeds on those Friday quarterfinals, I like the run line. I like the money line. Whichever way you want to go, those top 4 seeds are going to take care of business and move on for a lot of the reasons we just talked about right there.
So you are all in on the top 4 teams all season have been so far above. They're just going to cruise that first game, and we're going to get a semifinal of these 4 going out.
You have a couple things coming together here. The way this tournament is reconfigured by the Big Ten, once Friday begins, it turns into that single elimination type of a tournament, of a scenario. And there's no way that the coaching staff, pitching staff from Oregon or USC is going to look past a team. Not at this point, not at this time. They already feel like they've won 1 or 2 games, so they're in that mindset with a rested pitching staff.
Right.
So no way, no how. I don't care. 1 through 4, take that money line, take the run line.
Take the run line. That's
on Friday.
That's where the action's at.
Yep, the 1.5.
Okay.
1.5. And you know what? Talked about the series sweep against Iowa a couple weeks ago. I said I'm taking the series sweep against Minnesota for the Huskers last week, and wouldn't you know it?
Go to for a sweep.
Another cash, another plus 250.
Another one.
Just, hey, we're on a heater right now with college baseball.
We really are.
And we should, right? The home of college baseball, Omaha, Nebraska, the CWS. So, we just said how things just add up. They make sense. It's making sense, right? What we got going on here right now.
If that were to happen, and I really hope it does, then you're going to go into the NCAA tournament not having lost for like a month.
Yeah.
Which is a really nice thing
on
to
college
have.
baseball.
Yeah.
On college baseball. Well, I mean, that's even zanier than Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
In some ways.
In some ways, yes.
You heard the horn, that means we're up against it. But let's take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is NordVPN. Browse, work, and play online with confidence thanks to their world-class cybersecurity. Shield your online activities, if you have to or you want to.
Interesting.
Hide your virtual location and block everyday internet threats with NordVPN. Receive up to 77% off when using our link, WTL, down in the description below. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
WTL.
On a juvenile delinquent in the offseason in his major league debut. In the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. WTL.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O. and J.O. Jeremy Odom. We got to get right back into our wheelhouse right here.
Oh, this is fun.
It's like an entire demographic, a market that we've created. You know, maybe others have created, but we've been able to wield it. We've been able to mold it and kind of make it our own.
This is the area of sports trading, betting that you have seen all over the headlines. I mean, you've seen it in the news.
Yep.
It is constantly trending, and we've been on it from the get.
We're talking about prediction markets.
Let's go.
And where we're not making bets. We're not making wagers. We're just simply doing day trades. Mm-hmm. And, you know, after 7 p.m., I guess they're night trades. I don't...
Oh boy, we need the rim shot.
Yeah.
That.
But yeah, they're obviously. I'm saying they're trades. They're not bets.
They're not bets.
I mean, we're just saying like the Spurs will win this series. It's not a bet. It's a trade.
It's a simple yes or no.
That's all there is to it. And with that, I thought I'd take one of the headlines. This came across my desk here, and I think it's worth talking about. And hopefully, we'll have some guests in to talk about this a lot more in the future because it's right around the corner, and that is the 2026 FIFA World Cup winner. That has topped over $1 billion being traded on Polymarket alone.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh my
It
goodness.
ballooned this last week. And yeah, now there's over $1 billion being traded on the World Cup. The World Cup.
Holy cow. I mean, and I'm sure a good chunk of that is your action because you're on fire.
Oh, I can't even fake World Cup. I will say, France and Spain are way out in front as far as the two teams that are receiving most of the volume trade-wise on Polymarket. This is that typical, don't bet with your heart.
USA.
I want USA.
Not it. Yeah.
No thanks.
I did check to make sure USA was in it.
All right.
And they certainly are.
Oh, great.
But yeah, they got a tough draw, and they're just not on that level of some of the squads coming.
Well, it's getting closer and closer. You're seeing more things trickle out. It's going to be in the States, and I think we do a pretty good job of hosting that. We have the room. We have all the stadiums. You're also starting to see a lot of licensing and partnership deals with not only major sport teams and leagues like FIFA World Cup, but those deals are with trading markets like Polymarket, like Hoshi. No, you don't even got to worry about it. I see you over there, going palms up on me.
Yeah.
No conflict of interest. We don't even got to worry.
Okay, good.
Don't even got to worry about that. But I just thought that was interesting that already over $1 billion on one platform alone has been put up on the World Cup.
So is this the World Cup? Do you watch the games? Are you involved and you're kind of like, seeing
I'm
the action?
I'm not even going to pretend. I am not a soccer guy.
Okay.
I'll go out with the fellas and we'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings or DJ's or whatever. Yeah. And I will take more interest in the pitchers of beer. And if the United States is playing, I'm going to cheer for them.
Okay.
But I'm not a soccer guy or a football guy. And I get it. It's the most popular sport in the world. And I'm lacking culture.
Over under 2.5 pitchers of beer for one football match.
It's got to be way over, doesn't it?
It's got to be way over.
How long are those games? 5 hours? 8
actually,
hours?
Soccer games aren't that bad because the clock keeps running.
That's true.
I mean, they do add on the time at the end, but they do actually go at a fairly good pace.
That is the one assignment in our sports broadcasting family that I got put on at one time, not to do play-by-play or anything, just to be behind a camera. And it was a good game, like a top 10 matchup, and it came down to a kick and this and that. And over my headset, they honestly said, this is a true story, Andy, you got to stop yawning. It's picking you up on the static mic.
Yeah, I hear it.
So I've never been put on a soccer game since.
So it's not your jam. That's okay.
Yeah, right?
It's not for everybody.
It can't be. You can't be like everything all the time.
Yeah, you've always been more of a tennis guy anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's another sport I like to watch.
Yes. That's awesome. Well, here's a headline I just saw. Aaron Rodgers has signed that 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, he has.
He is back. He also has said that this will be his final season. I don't think it's going to be his final season. I'm be honest with you. Yeah,
man, he looked so rough at the end of last year.
Yeah, he really did.
So rough.
But the Steelers are still fairly, got
a new coach.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a decent team with him on it. I think he's going to put enough out there to have tape. He hasn't fulfilled the prophecy of playing for the Vikings yet, which is part of the Brett Favre deal.
Yes.
He just has to do that. He's done all the other parts. So I don't believe Aaron Rodgers is done. I think for whatever reason, this was a year he wants to go in a little quieter so he can just let the play speak for itself on the field and then set himself up for that contract next year.
Holy smokes.
For the Vikings.
It sounds to me like you could get out way in front of this one and say, not only is this not his last season, you could start the trade. He's going to play over another season. He's going to play 2 or more seasons.
Correct, because he's not going to sign a 1-year deal with the Vikings. It's going to be a 2-year deal or something, 3-year deal with an option after 1 and option after 2. I mean, it'll be a whole thing.
And the timing just wasn't right this year for the Vikings. I thought it might have been. I thought the stars were aligning a couple of years ago. But Kyler Murray, right?
Kyler Murray.
Isn't he up there? Sure.
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah, they got Kyler Murray. He's the man. This would have been a really good spot for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it would have been a lot of fun. You got the fast little guy, the gamer, literal gamer. You got the old guy, and then you got your the prodigy that you drafted number 1 overall, paid a bunch of money to, and you're like, sometimes
he should.
Sometimes he's good.
JJ, he's got to end up somewhere. I mean, he's still in Minnesota, and he still could be the starter, but he's going to end up somewhere else next season.
Well, he's the number 1 meme in the NFL. Like that they've been very creative with his meme over the past season and a half, and I don't think he's going to be able to live that one down.
No,
so
it's tough to live down a good meme.
Yeah, it's too good.
I'd love to be mean someday.
Yeah, love to get to that status. Just come on, come on, internet, give it to me. Here's another one, and this has to do with crypto. You follow crypto? You trade crypto a lot?
I follow it. I don't trade. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was telling me I needed to, so I did a little bit, and I'm probably one of those guys where I don't know if I can get it back into my wallet or not. We'll see. What is it?
You could lose them. Like, it would just go away.
Oh,
it's a real thing.
Well, my phone remembers everything else. Hopefully it was on there. It's on the app there. That's where I put it in. And it's kind of fun to watch it. They say ride the wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like for no reason, my dollar would be worth like $3 one day, and then it would be worth 70 cents the next.
Oh.
I was just riding the wave with crypto there for a little bit. I've kind of pushed it off to the side, but there is a big, big policy coming up here, and this is what the wager's on, is will there be some governmental guardrails being put on cryptocurrency, and it's up to a 73% probability yes.
Whoa.
Now, it was always like a 50-50 type of a deal, and I thought with, Donald Trump trying to open up his own, trading market, not crypto, but I would bet they'd accept crypto. I would think they would want to get rid of or get away from any regulation at the federal level. That's why you're seeing, let's be honest, that's why you're seeing FanDuel, DraftKings, and others hop on board with prediction markets, because then we just have to do federal regulation. We don't have to get through the state regulation, which is usually a lot tighter.
That's actually really interesting that it's over 70% yes, because I believe the White House has a lot of crypto that they've said they're just going to sit on, but then that necessarily wasn't the case, which has been a lot of the cases the last couple of years. But they're sitting on crypto as part of an investment plan of some type. But maybe if it is regulated, they can put in some things that will help their cause. I don't know.
A lot of, I guess, financial traders, like, institutions and traders that are kind of known for this, they are treating these contracts as an indicator that to the hedge that they're actual cryptocurrency asset portfolios. So they're already starting to regulate themselves is basically what that's getting at.
Gotcha.
So when you're starting to see these people that do it for a living and have done it on a certain way when there wasn't any regulation or no regulation coming, and then you see a complete shift and they're treating it in a whole different fashion, that's a telltale sign, I think. That's how I'm reading this, that there is some regulation coming to cryptocurrency.
So once that happens, you think prediction markets is next on the agenda?
Ooh, no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Donald Jr., he's on the board at Polymarket. You think he's going to...
He's not going to want that.
He doesn't want any more regulation.
He's not going to want that.
And the president himself is launching a prediction market. I don't think he wants any more regulation either.
Do you think the Trump phone comes with the prediction market app already on it?
Oh, he has a phone now?
Yeah, he's got a phone here. Yeah, it's
shipping
soon.
I was looking up some of these headlines, and I saw one, and I just couldn't work it in. So I'm going to work it in right now. Off the cuff interview. I don't know if the president was getting off a plane or what, but he said, I got a 99% approval rating in Israel right now.
I saw that.
So maybe after I'm done with this whole thing, when he says this whole thing being the United States president,
the most powerful man in the world, yeah,
he's going to go be prime minister for Israel. This is real life.
It's good to have options, right?
He's got some really good options.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on my thread, Gronk, is this real? No, not at all. There's no credible polls that have Donald Trump approval rating. 99% in Israel.
That's like being the president of Kroger and then Walgreens takes you. And
Is that what it is?
I think it's the same thing. Yeah.
And he's just being honest how he sees it. So we'll have to keep that one on the back burner. But that would be a fun trade.
It would be a fun trade
to start. After number 47 is done with this whole thing, is he going to take the reins from Ben Netanyahu?
This whole thing that's the line. Like, that's incredible. This whole thing. Yeah, he's the most powerful man in the world.
You can't even make this up. You heard that one? That means we're up against it. But let's take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the Stock and Rod Company, an outdoor lifestyle brand for those seeking adventure. Also, the official retailer of the Nebraska Game and Parks. Hey. Whole line of new merch now for the Nebraska Game and Parks on the website that we're talking about here, stockandrod.com. And when you buy one of those T-shirts, hats, fishing hats, it goes into supporting the Nebraska Game and Parks. So a couple of things I like right there.
That's beautiful.
It is. It's just a beautiful, that's our partners. That's our sponsorships right there.
That's clothes that makes you feel good at the end of the day.
It does. Visit stockandrod.com to get your wild game on. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
America's privately owned freight railroads keep the nation on track, investing $23 billion a year, 6 times more than the average manufacturer, to deliver safe, reliable service. That's how railroads move 59 tons of goods for every American each year and help their customers grow. Railroads do all this while offering some of the safest, best-paying jobs in the country, supporting families and driving the economy forward. Learn more at aar.org/America's Engine.
Beth and Rip are back in a new series, Dutton Ranch, streaming on Paramount+. Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser return, and this time they're taking on Texas. As Beth and Rip begin to build a life together, peace will have to wait as they face corruption, danger, and a ruthless rival ranch willing to protect its secrets at all costs. Legacy is a beautiful thing, but only if it survives. Dutton Ranch, starring Cole Hauser, Kelly Riley, Annette Bening, and Ed Harris, now streaming on Paramount+.
Welcome to the Scorebed, where betting on game day is made easier with all the promos and player props you need in a seamless and easy-to-use experience. Whether it's home runs, three-pointers, or shots on goal, there's no better place to own the moment. Right now, new players can get their first bet insured up to $1,000 in bonus bets. More action, more rewards, more for you. The Scorebet. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. The chocolate crispy taste gonna make your day. And wherever you go, you hear the people say, give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Capitalism is the only way, Leslie. It moves our country forward. It's what makes America great. And England okay and France terrible.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O. And it felt at home there. It felt right. Talking prediction markets. I think we should run it back. I think we should talk more prediction markets here.
I think we should.
There's so many markets and trades that we haven't discussed that we got to allow ourselves time to get to these. And I know you're sitting on a hot one.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking college baseball today, and it got me thinking. I got looking at the stats on attendance and viewership from the College World Series from the last couple of years. And it was down last year.
Was it?
It was actually down substantially. It was down 22% from the year prior. But the reason for it was because 2024 was an absolute monster year broke some records in viewership and in attendance.
Right.
I'm predicting right now that there's a bounce back.
Okay.
There's a lot of momentum in college baseball this year. The College World Series will set attendance and viewership records this June.
Because of the bounce back. Because it's like a pendulum and it swings back and forth. Last year was also unique in that all 8 teams didn't make it the year before, so there was no chance at a back-to-back winner.
Correct.
And, sometimes when there's that, you like to see some of those repeat teams. I mean, I know the bars and the businesses do, especially teams out of the SEC. LSU comes to mind. Florida, I see a lot of Florida Gator fans. When you get those big brands come back-to-back type of years with good teams, you do. You see a spike. And you're thinking some of those 8 from last year might play into that?
Yeah, I mean,
might make it back?
It's honestly, you look at it, a team like Texas,
oh, man,
they travel, right?
Oh, yeah.
They travel big, and they buy big when they're in town. I just see teams like that, LSU, Texas,
North Carolina.
Like the Raging Cajuns have been a team that's been here a few times now. But no, you start to see some repeats, and I believe that's what's going to happen this year, with also the potential of the Huskers being in the tournament.
Right.
So with that being said, I do see a big bounce back. I see it continuing the momentum. Baseball's had a great season so far on ESPN.
Yep.
And now I'm expecting a record.
I really like that trade that you're putting out there. Not a wager, not a bet.
It's
a trade. Mm-hmm. With that, kind of have an ace up your sleeve there, the Nebraska factor. Because if Nebraska gets in there, it'll skyrocket through ticket sales, viewership. It would be a big deal, and it would just crush last year's numbers, which 20% off sounds shocking, but I don't know. It's June. It's late June. Maybe it's not as shocking as maybe I find it to be.
Well, think about it. The record attendance in 2024 was just about 393,000 people. So even if you took 20%, 15% off of that, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of Jell-O shots at Rocco's. Shout out Rocco's.
And they 100% will not turn in less than the year prior. That's an event that is just going to build year on year on year.
It appears that I don't like you're the grocery guy here.
Yeah.
We're talking about it earlier. You got a lot of experience in the grocery biz.
Yes.
Do grocery stores have to plan for that now? All this Jell-O, and I think they even try to color coordinate it, like purple grape Jell-O if LSU's in there. I would think they'd really have to order more, order less, or just not expect to have it for the public.
It would require some forward thinking, like projections there on their behalf. And they do, and they order ahead, and it's not as big of a deal. Yeah. Now, if they were just, oh, wow, we didn't see this coming, and we need this color of blue like today, and they didn't have anything on order, it could be a problem.
Well, I mean, just think if you get slammed, like let's say Oregon, the Beavers make it back. Oklahoma State, they've been there before. I've always had a great tradition in Omaha. And Texas. Now you have 3 teams with orange.
Yeah.
You need some orange Jell-O shots.
And I would imagine there's 2 colors in there that they're like, well, we know we need this.
Yeah.
Like they know they're going to need this.
Red and blue, right?
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the orange, that could just get you. And there's 3 probable teams there.
And any grocery store, you can't just go to a store and grab cases on cases of Jell-O anymore. I mean, it's anywhere from 24 to 48 at most in the building. So.
All right, now put yourself in Rocco. You're the bar owner of Rocco's is coming to you. You're the grocery store chain. You're the head, and he's saying, "Hey, I need Chanticleer, Coastal Carolina Chartreuse Blue." What do you tell him there?
I'm calling local bars down there. You're like, what shade of Jell-O do you buy?
I thought you were going to say, well, you just add a little yellow food coloring to the green, and that's going to come out. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You'll be solid.
Just sell them a whole nother product line.
After a couple of those shots, they all look the same color. I mean, so.
Right. After 11 p.m. or something, you'll be good to go.
You'll be solid.
So a lot of these lines, these trades, I track from Polymarket. Polymarket does a good job of promoting themselves and just getting that information out there. And they've inked some deals, some partnerships with news outlets, which, once again, no conflict of interest. No conflict there. But Polymarket has their own NBA prop category. So I guess it can be it's not a prop bet. It's a prop trade. But it's its own category, and there's been a heavy amount bet throughout these NBA playoffs. But one of the more wilder ones, and it's already spawned off a subcategory all to its own, is will he go? Talking about LeBron James. Oh, will he leave? First off, will he just retire?
No chance.
Well, it's spiked up to 13% that he will.
Oh, it's going up?
So that's what people are betting, yes, more so than they had ever before. After getting swept out of the playoffs embarrassingly by the Oklahoma City Thunder, a massive pool of liquidity flooded this market, and he spiked up at 13%. So that means people are putting their money on the thought that he will retire for a year or so.
I just don't see any chance. A year or so. I mean, there's no way at his age he can take a year off.
Right.
And then come back.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of work he puts his body through just to stay in shape throughout the year, let alone on an off year.
I mean, I'm with the 87% here.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that there's millions upon millions of people, 13%, that are putting their money on it, that he's had enough. And what causes these spikes are all of his cryptic post-game interviews and posts, and when he talks about, I could get used to this, and he's on a beach, people read into that.
Man, that's what I say every time I'm on vacation. Like, I could get used to just not working. But you got to go back to work.
Got to go back to work.
I do think he plays, and, I mean, it sounds like there's a chance he stays in L.A., and it's not with the Lakers.
Okay, so you're leading right into the subcategory.
Okay.
Which team is next? And this one's chaotic. As of right now, as of the time of recording this show, the Los Angeles Lakers are still in the lead with 57%.
That makes sense.
57% of the speculative trading. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, it's like he can't quit them.
He can't.
He can't quit them. They're up to a 31% chance of landing LeBron.
He's like a old boyfriend watching the ex-girlfriend on Facebook and seeing her on a date and being like, man, that could be me, as he's watching the Cavs in the finals.
He's like, I trashed her so bad the last time I broke up with her, and she still took me back.
Still took me back. Man, what if we had one more go? Yeah, that's LeBron with the Cavs.
Miss you, babe. You make me a better me.
I've seen the Clippers rising a little bit on the speculation, but yeah, it does seem like it's the Lakers, it's the Cavaliers.
Well, yeah. Do you have a number there? Because I just have the top two bets. That's the Lakers are at 57. Cleveland is at 31%. So the Clippers are probably right there behind him.
They got to be right behind him.
Because that's where he's lived for a while now. He has his studio out there. Has so many different businesses and things going on in L.A. That makes a lot of sense staying with the Clippers. And that's kind of what the Clippers have been about the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Like, is it a big name? It doesn't matter if he fits what we're trying to do.
Right.
Bring him in.
Kawhi, he's not going to play all the time? Sure, bring him in.
Yeah.
He won a title.
Hey, he don't
Paul
want to be.
George, come on.
Yeah, he don't want to be in Canada. Get him over here. Get him to L.A. Bring him home.
Now, the Dallas Mavericks will be interesting, too, because they have cleaned house of the management that shipped off Luka in hopes of maybe getting Luka back. What if Luka and LeBron went to Dallas? with Mark Cuban leading the way.
You know, if it was any other league other than the NBA, I would say, you're crazy. That's stupid.
Yeah.
No way. I'd be like, are you on the inside of some of these predictive markets, even just floating that? But like we said, there's no conflict of interest in any of this.
Zero.
So if that's at like a 5%, 2%, or I really like putting some money on that. Luka and LeBron in Dallas. Why not? That's how I'd end that trade too, with the why not?
Put it, why not?
Right? That's if you see that bet put out on the stage on any one of these markets and it ends in why not, know that I'm the one that originated that trade.
You're talking about the news partnerships with these guys, and it's like that's the type of story that gets leaked on purpose to get the action, like to get the trades on this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no conflict of interest. You're right.
And agents have always been known to like just stir the pot, just create a narrative that they want or they think they could use or leverage against a team. And now you have like a Polymarket or one of these other apps leveraging that as well for headlines. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's totally fine.
We haven't even seen Giannis yet this offseason, and he's like a part owner of one of these. And
my God, he is. Yeah,
the will he go, will he not, still to come, and he's gonna rake on this.
I mean, could you imagine him holding his phone and then he goes like, hits the button and goes like, I'm not gonna sign with them. he cashes out and then he makes this. And once again, that's a why not. How can you guard against this?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
That's sports.
Well, that's sports nowadays.
That's sports.
And your prediction markets. Here are the Horn Emmys. We need to wrap it up. So that'll about do it for us here at Where's the Line. Be sure to check us out over on YouTube and all our YouTube short videos that we try to come out with each and every game day to give you the latest edge possible. Follow us over on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page. We also get some short video content out on that as well. And we're all over X, as is Laugh With Me.
Yes, at Laugh With Me Pod. Hit us up.
For the J.O., I'm Andy Klassen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.
Behind every mile of rail and every ton of freight, people and technology work side by side, making rail safer and more reliable. From sensors that detect what the eye can't, to VR training that prepares railroaders for any scenario, freight railroads are investing in real-world solutions. The equation is simple. Human grit plus advanced tech equals a stronger, safer tomorrow. Learn more at aar.org/America's Engine.
Welcome to the Scorebed, where betting on game day is made easier with all the promos and player props you need in a seamless and easy-to-use experience. Whether it's home runs, three-pointers, or shots on goal, there's no better place to own the moment. Right now, new players can get their first bet insured up to $1,000 in bonus bets. More action, more rewards, more for you. The Scorebet. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. The chocolate crispy taste gonna make your day. And wherever you go, you hear the people say, give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. And shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.